Hello and welcome to the channel. Some things don't change, do they? For just accommodation, the federal government has voted 24 billion naira for the newly constituted 10th National Assembly members. Yet, them still they struggle to increase workers' minimum wage and ask them to continue to make sacrifice for the ogas at the top. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Federal government votes 24 billion naira for 10th National Assembly members' accommodation. The housing allowances for members of the National Assembly may cost the country about 5.87 billion naira yearly, according to findings from the Punch. With the annual allocation of 5.87 billion naira, in 4 years, the federal government will spend 23.48 billion naira on the Lawmakers Accommodation. The allowances are based on data collated from a document obtained from the website of the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Allocation Commission. It covers allowances for accommodation, 200% of basic salary, domestic staff, 75% of basic salary, utilities, 30% of basic salary, house maintenance, 5% of basic salary, wardrobe, 25% of basic salary, and furniture, 300% of basic salary. Also, although furniture allowance is usually paid once in 4 years for public office holders, the frequency of payment is not disclosed for members of the National Assembly. From the total amount, the housing allowances of the senators will cost about 1.38 billion naira yearly. The amount for the Senate President and Deputy Senate President was not disclosed by the RMAFC. Therefore, the amount covers only the allowances for the 107 senators. A breakdown shows that 4.5 million naira was allocated for accommodation, 1.52 million naira for domestic staff, 607,920 naira for utilities, 101,320 naira for house maintenance, 506,600 naira for wardrobe allowance, and 6.8 million naira for furniture allowance. The housing allowances of the House of Representatives members will cost 4.49 billion naira yearly. The amount for the Speaker and Deputy Speaker was not disclosed by the RMAFC. In addition, Ismaila Maihanshi, member-elect of the House of Representatives for Jalingo, Yoro and Zeng Federal Constituency in Taraba, is reportedly dead. Also, Femi Gbajabiamila, a former Speaker of the House of Representatives, resigned from the 10th House to take up his new position as the Chief of Staff to President Bola Tinubu. Therefore, the amount covers only the allowances for the 356 House of Representatives members. A breakdown shows that 3.97 million naira was allocated for accommodation, 1.48 million naira for domestic staff, 595,563 naira for utilities, 99,260 naira for house maintenance, 496,303 naira for wardrobe allowance, and 5.96 million naira for furniture allowance. Since the allocations for the Senate President and his deputy and the Speaker and his deputy were not disclosed, it means that the 5.87 billion naira is likely below the total amount the members of the National Assembly would get as housing allowances yearly. Prices of residential apartments in the high-brow areas of the Federal Capital Territory have surged by at least 60% due to the high demand for houses by the newly inaugurated members of the National Assembly, the Punch has learnt. The areas include Maitama, Asokoro, Wuse, and other locations close to the city center. A member of staff of a real estate firm who spoke with our correspondent on the condition of anonymity confirmed the new surge in prices, adding that it was natural for prices of homes to increase with over 900 persons looking for residential apartments at the same time. The staff member said, "Yes, it has. We have over 400 NAS members with over 500 support staff looking for housing accommodation at the same time. So automatically, the force of demand and supply has come into play, so the cost of housing has jacked up." Giving further explanation, a real estate agent, Bimbo, blamed the current economic realities caused by the removal of fuel subsidy and high inflation as part of the reasons for the outrageous surge in prices. The agent further revealed that some of the senators have in the meantime decided to reside at short-let apartments pending the time they can buy their preferred residence outrightly. The agent said, "Prices of houses in posh areas have already increased drastically. Houses available for rent now go for 6 million naira from 3 million naira before the inauguration. Other smaller places for their heights that were around 800,000 naira now sell for almost 1.4 million naira. Most of the senators prefer to buy than rent, and this is even more expensive. A house in those posh will cost not less than 150 million naira." Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. Also, it is not solely because of the arrival of new senators, but due to current economic realities caused by the removal of fuel subsidy. Even with this number, there are still empty houses that are not occupied, and the owners will instead leave them to waste than sell them for a lesser amount. I have also noticed that some senators prefer to stay in short-let apartments for the meantime before getting the apartments. For instance, I know someone that paid to stay in an apartment for 1 million naira per month. On his part, the executive director of the Housing Development Advocacy Group, Festus Adebayo, welcomed the new development as it will drive positive change in the sector. He, however, warned that this may affect prices of rent beyond the affordability of a good number of workers who are salary earners. Abuja is receiving over 1,000 new entrants daily. The real estate sector will witness positive development, but that means rent will go beyond the affordability of a good number of workers. Most landlords increase rent once the hold payment expires. Government must provide palliative not only for government workers, but for Nigerian workers in housing. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.